Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another Etheria restart video, and we are officially about 5.5 days away from the launch of this game. In today's video, what I'm going to talk to you about are 3 R-Rarity units. 3 units of that lowest rarity type that are sneaking under some people's radar. These are very usable units that can bridge the gap in your account. Maybe until you pull that Marvel or that Chiaki the Echo or that really good SSR, you need somebody to kind of fill their role. I'm going to show you 3 R-Rarity units that can pull that off for you. The rest of them, I just kind of think are unplayable unless you just really want to. Okay, I want to start with Kochi. Now, on paper, if you're just clicking on Kochi's skills, he looks like a beast. Like AoE crowd control, 100% turn meter boost for an ally. He can knock turn meter off of an enemy, but he has one problem holding him back from being absolutely excellent. Look, his kit's good. He's my 3rd favorite R-Rarity unit, but he is of the reason element. And the reason element is weak to the blue element, the odd element. So water beats fire, right? And what that does is if he's fighting against water element or odd element enemies, he has a 30% reduced crit rate, which he doesn't care about, but 50% reduced effect accuracy. His kit looks like it's designed to just be a Doki Doki Slayer, but because Doki Doki is that blue element, that water element, he just will have a really hard time landing his stuns. If they wanted to just switch up one thing about Kochi, if they changed his element from red to any other element, particularly green, but if they gave him blue, that'd be fine too, he would instantly become like most people's first build for Doki Doki, especially if they didn't have a Kraken yet, or didn't have an Obel yet, or didn't have somebody who could do that AoE crowd control. Dude, he can do it for you. So even though he has that like strike against him, AoE CC is still really, really powerful. Also, this turn meter boosting skill is good as well. Like it's 100% turn meter, so he will give somebody another turn. You can play with this guy and have him go like right after your best or most important character, and then immediately just give them another turn with an attack buff and reduce the cooldown of the skills they just used. That's insane. Like his kit is so good. He is just one element away, just a change in element away from being somebody who's like a legit tier 1 or tier 2 unit in this game, instead of chilling at the bottom of the tier list with the other R-Rarity units. Okay, the next one I want to talk about. I want to talk about Ashu right here. This dude is slept on by so many people, but there is an emerging team comp in this game. The Dot team is starting to gain some popularity as people are seeing how good Shadow Sonya really is. One of the things about Shadow Sonya is she needs people on her team to apply dots to the enemy. Now, Ashu is not going to replace our guy Fangus right here. I think Fangus is the best of the rest of the Dot squad units, but if you have a Fangus and you're like, ooh, I want one more, or if you even have an Obel and you're looking to add another Dot character because you got lucky and got that Shadow Sonya, Ashu can come in here and his skill 2 is an AoE dot on the enemy. It's only a 3-turn cooldown, and you don't even have to level it to get to that 3-turn, although you do increase the dot duration and dot chance by leveling the skill. One of the benefits of leveling up R-Rarity units is their skills are much easier to invest into than the higher rarity ones, but this dude could be like that filler piece on your dot team, and that makes him pretty usable. Also, he's green element, which I was just talking about the Doki Doki fight, gives him elemental advantage into that fight, and he has an AoE silence. Now, silence will actually knock the damage resist buff off of the Doki Doki ads. So you have to bring somebody to like AoE crowd control that fight. You might find early on day 1 or 2 that your account's in a place where you don't really have somebody who's like in there as your turn 1, I'm going to stun everybody or I'm going to freeze everybody. Hey, I guarantee you've pulled an Ashu. Like you probably have this guy at like, you know, dupe level 4 on day 1. So roll him in there if you need to and have him drop his AoE silence on that Doki Doki fight. He's not going to scale into the late game as hard as like the other characters will, but as somebody who's like a gap bridger, like he could be a very usable first few days of your account until you find that Kraken, right? The problem with silence is like silence is fairly effective in PvP. You silence the enemy, they're only using skill 1. So he's actually like sneaky good at PvP. The problem with it for PvE is it is the weakest of the skills in terms of crowd controlling the mobs in Doki Doki, because if you're stunning them or you're freezing them or you're sleeping them, they could like miss a whole turn. With silence, they do still get to go, they do still get to pop you once, but importantly, it does remove their damage reduction buff. So Ashu is pretty good, and he has a little speed down tied to his skill 1, which is something, right? Okay, then obviously the best R-Rarity unit in this game is number 41. Who would use number 41 and why would they use her? It's all about her skill 3. Her skill 3 gives all allies a boosting potion, granting 35% turn meter. So she boosts all allies turn meter 35% and a 2-turn attack up buff. Does that not sound a lot like everybody's first or second favorite SR unit in this game, Chiaki the Echo? It sure does. Now, Chiaki the Echo is a little bit better because Chiaki the Echo gives Ave Maria, like she gives turn meter up, she gives attack up, but she also gives this Ave Maria buff. So all of your allies with this buff are constantly increasing each other's turn meter. So she has more turn meter manipulation than number 41 does. And like, you know, her passive right here, always giving that attack buff, her purify. Chiaki the Echo is a better version, of my opinion, of number 41. But if you don't have her and you don't have somebody else to boost the turn meter of your team, this is a really good unit. She is the best of the R-Rarity units, and anybody who just says they're all bad, and I probably held that opinion when I first started playing this game, are just wrong. She also has a healing potion on her skill 2, so she's not just a 3-turn, like you don't just pop her skill 3 and then you're waiting 3 turns to be useful again. You have a spot heal right here. So healing potion is a 35% max HP heal with a heal over time attached to it, also on a 3-turn cooldown if you max it out. And she can wound the enemy with her skill 1. Wound, not that great, like it just prevents them from getting healing, but she's got a great skill 3. She's got a pretty dang good skill 2, and you just kind of have one wasted turn with this wound until you're ready to start turn meter boosting with skill 3 again. I do think you probably drop her from your teams if you have like a Marvel in most cases, or if you have a Chiaki the Echo, or one of the SSR turn meter boosters like a Lily. Like say you're lucky enough to pull this girl, okay, you probably don't need to build number 41, but there is we at least live in a world where at the launch of this game, not all of the R-Rarity units are Andrew. I don't like it. I don't think Andrews are very good. There's 2 of them. They're both named Andrew. One of them's Red Andrew. One of them's Blue Andrew. We do have number 41, and that's a nice place to be at launch. It's good to see some of those lowest rarity units actually having places on a team. And, you know, if you have to invest into them a little bit early and then leave them kind of behind, don't feel bad about that. If you pull something better, go ahead and move on from these. That's my advice. Okay, I hope this was a useful video for you guys. I'm so excited for the launch of this game. It is less than a week away. It's like 5 days away. Man, can't wait. Have a good day, everybody. I'll catch you next time. Peace.